So let's get started. And let's just center some energy here in the heart. And breathe. And now let's start with the bow, which is my favorite fall move, where we do a little loop-de-loo here and then drop. Hips go out, gathering new energy in, pulling in, pushing down. Then take that excess energy and drop it to the earth, like the snake shedding its skin. Then back of the palms come up, roll out. Hips go forward, gather, push it down. Pull it up and then drop to the earth. And come up. And now inhale. Exhale down. Inhale as we're pulling up that excess, and then we're exhaling it to the earth. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it around. Drop it down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And around. Push it down, displacing anything that's stuck or stagnant and sending that to the earth. Just like the leaves, the tree sheds its leaves to compost, we get to do that with our energy. And breathe. And up. And around. And down. And let's do two more. Then breathe. Last one. Push it down, pull it up, drop to the earth, and then roll up. Good. Let's, before we move into the big moves, let's open up the body from the feet up. So let's start with 3 circles where we circle the knee, the hip, and the ankles. Rolling those toes around. And then the other way. And come to stillness, switch feet, other toe up, knee out, feeling the movement in the hips, the knees, and the ankles and feet. And then back in. Good, and then rub some hand energy into those hands. And then gently place them over the kneecaps, and then we're just going to bend into those hands very gently. And breathe. And then lift those hands above and just circle around in one direction. Adding a little more awakening up to the feet. And then pause and the other direction. Good. And then come up. And let's do the expanding hip circle version where we start nice and small. And then we get a little bit bigger. And a little bit bigger. And around. And when you get to what you think is your full range of motion for today, just do 2 more there. And then start to get a little smaller. And come in and come to stillness. Notice which way you're turning. And pause, take a nice deep breath, and then start circling in the other way. It's as if we are drawing an oval, really, more than a circle, with our tailbone. And then that oval gets a little bigger and bigger. And you may have more range of motion on one side than the other, so that's kind of how we all work. And breathe. And nice and big. And then start to work it back in. Good, and it's stillness. Let's take those sword fingers and then folding the qua, that new one that I've learned, new to me one. And we put there's a pressure point that's like between the hips right in here. So you find that's a little indentation, there it is. You're gonna push into that gently and then fold over, trying to get your back nice and straight to tabletop. We don't need to go low, just fold in, knees soft, and then lift up and take those sword fingers up to the sky. Then bring them back in, hitting that point, pushing in, nice and slow. And then up and lift. And then exhaling, finding that point, pushing in. Let's do 2 more. Up. And then down. And up. Last one. And this last fold. Coming up, sliding into our shoulder shrugs. And a good one to do as it starts to get colder and our bodies need some energy is a variation of wise owl, looks behind. So we're going, this one we step out first and step, watching your thumbs, looking back, a little back bend, trying to see those heels, and then bringing it in, stepping in. Step out to the other side, eyes follow the thumbs, hips are moving forward, thumbs are going to the earth, and then you're trying to find those heels on the back side. And again, breathe it in. Inhale. Nice. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale it in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And let's make this the last side. Good. And then let's open up our spine with a little dragon back where we're pushing out, starting up here. We're pushing out and pulling in, really moving the spine and then working our way down. So start from underneath, out by the shoulders, then underneath the armpits, then down a little more toward the ribs, now the waist, and then the hips. And really, this is one of those ones where you're thinking of sea serpent kind of dragons, where they've got that, you know, back that moves very flexibly. And you may find a spot in your body where it's a little stickier in your spine. So just stay there. Mine's a little low. It gets, the shoulders seem to move and the hips seem to move, but that like just above, you know, where it would be L1 and 2 seems to just get stuck. So I'm going to spend time there. You can find your spot. Breathing in and exhaling out. And let's go back up to the top and do one more up and down. Working our way down. And then back up, and we'll good. And let's do this one, the opening of the Qigong movement. So we're going to open up here, pull it in, elbows in, turn it out, bring it in, flip it over, reach it out, push it out. Drop those palms, bend the elbows, and release. Lift it up, little tension, release, stretch it out, hold, bring it in, flip the palms, push it out, bring it in, push that out, and hold. Palms to the earth, and down. Two more. Up, in, out, breathe, drop, in, out, drop, breathe, and down. Lift it up, pull it in, push it out, flip the palms, bring it in, out, last time, let it drop. And then let's put our hands behind our backs and just very gently do some easy neck rolls, ear to one shoulder, chin to the chest, ear to the other shoulder, and just up tall. And breathe. And if you hear little Rice Krispies, go a little slower because you don't want to push through that. And keep the breathing deep, steady, and smooth. Two more in this direction. Next time you come to the center, pause at the top. Take a nice deep breath, and then the other direction. And come to stillness. Next time at the top. And then we're going to just shake that all out. Bounce a little, shake a little, release a little. Good, and then let's put our feet into pigeon toe position, and we're going to knock on the door of life from this position, just so then you open up, but you bring your toes back into the center, where you might feel this on the outside of the legs more than we usually do. And now that the feet and arms are swinging, move that front arm up. So we're knocking on the lungs. And then up over the shoulder. And then back down to the chest. And then back down. And drop into water waves and just really let that all go. Good, come to stillness. All right, now we should be ready for some bigger moves and stretching. Let's start with turning the moon it'll turn into the half moon stretch. So we're gonna turn, and each rotation we get a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna bring my feet in together and over and breathe. And then on the next one, we're gonna step in front and turn and hold that half moon position. And then switch and rotate to the other side, holding that half moon position here. And breathe. And this way again. And back here, nice and hold. And for the last time, we breathe. Left side. Now we're evenly stretched out. Now try and remember this body position, at least this arm position, because we're going to bend and straighten out. And then we're going to forward fold down and start with our pendulum and moving our hands back and forth. Then soften those legs, soften the knees, pause with your hands, fingertips or anywhere in between to the palms on the earth, and you're going to lift one up and then look to the sky or the earth, whichever feels comfortable for you and your body. And then back down, other side comes up. And breathe. And then we're just going to alternate side to side. Up. And back. And up. And down. And inhale. And down. Inhale. Down. One more to each side. Good. Now we're going to slide our hands over to one side on the outside of the leg, anywhere on the edge of the foot, ankle, calf, whatever feels good. And then you're going to bend the opposite leg and stretch into that. Then go the other direction, other side. Switch, reach across, find that outside edge, whichever it is, foot, ankle, shin, and then reach, bend that other leg. Now, put your hands to the center and just do the weight shifting. Hands on the floor, you're just doing that weight shifting that we just did. Now pause on one side, knee bent, and then a hand that is opposite the leg that's bent, lift that to the sky. And then go the other way. Just like we did, lifting up. And back. And up. Okay, back to both hands on the ground. And then bend one leg, pause, flip that arm up, palm to the sky, and lift the other one up. And then now you're going to reach in like you're turning that big chi ball like we did in the other one. Just reaching across. So your palms are now facing each other. One to the sky, one to the earth. Back and forth. And breathe. Good. Let's do 2 more. And come down, and then very gently roll up. Hands to the thighs, rolling up. Good. All right. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to do a standing sequence this time. And get into bow stance with the 1 foot forward on the diagonal, 1 in back. Forearm rests here on the thigh. And then we reach out for the side angle pose. And then come back. And then reach again. And come back. And reach. And come back. Reach. And hold this next one. And we're going to let this one drop to the back and lift this one up. So we go from side angle to exalted warrior, and then we switch. And up. And breathe. And up. And breathe. Two more of these. And then turn that big chi ball again. Turn. Good. And then come down, switch sides. Forearm to the thigh. Checking those knees, making sure you can see your toes. And side angle. And down. Stretching out the side body. And down. And up. And down. And breathe. And down. And up. And breathe. Stretch it out. Let's pull this one back and then switch. And then alternate. Side angle. Warrior. Breathe when it feels right. And around. And 2 more. Finish this one. And hold, and then turn this big chi ball. Two more. Good. Let's bring some more energy in with raising the bubbling springs. Interlace the fingers here. We gotta ground those feet. We're working on the bubbling springs point, which is kidney 1 at the ball of our feet. Stimulating that point as we go up on our toes. Nice and stable. Drop back down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more and hold it up this time. And then arms stay up, feet come together, and stretch a little more if you can. And then we're going to side bend. And then side bend to the other side. Two more to each side. Last set. Last one of these. And let's go back to the center and stretch. And now we're going to rotate to the side. And to the other side. Doing that 2 more times. One more time around. And then back to the center. And then circle those arms around. Breathe. And come to stillness. Notice which way you came in so you can go the other way. And circle. And come to stillness and let those arms drop down. Whew. Shake those out. That was a long time to be above our heads. Just shake that out. And let's move into some flows. Let's work the one piece thing we didn't do in the warm-up was work those fingers. So let's pull that gossamer thread. Settle in, find that Wuji stance. And then we're going to just start first opening up. So we open the flow. And then we move to the 6 directions. So this is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And up and out. And here we go. One more of those, then we add in the fingers, which transitions the move into pulling the gossamer thread. So this time we come up, thumb and forefinger, go out second, come in third, out with the pinky, in with all 5, down with 6, up with 1, out with 2, 3, fourth finger, which is the pinky, pull it in and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, all 5, and then we release. And then keep going. And drop, and up, out, switching fingers with each move, and drop, all release, up, out, and drop, bring it up, switch it out, pull it in, out, bring it in and drop. Let's do 2 more sets. Up with the first finger, out with the second, in with the third, out with the pinky, in with all, and release. This one nice and slow. Feel it, switch it, bring it in, bring it out, all together. Good. And let's move into a couple of flows for the lungs. We'll do a little embracing lightning. So the lung meridian runs from the thumb to the other, across to the other thumb. So, well, actually from here, it doesn't run across the chest, but. So we're gonna reach out and we're gonna pull that and open and be wide. And breathe. And open. And wide, and breathe, and open, and breathe, and breathe. Two more to each side. Last set. Last one. And drop. And let's close with Wild Goose spreads its wings. And we'll make this one into a tiny bit of a balanced one. So we start palms up, and we're going to start in that diagonal stance. Reach forward, back heel comes up, and then open, and then come down, toe comes up, and you're bowing to the toe. So now we're lifting and bowing. Lifting and bowing, and lifting and bowing. And now we can lift and open, and then ground and lift the back leg, and then drop back and down, up and back down. Open, ground, and lift that back leg, and flow back and forth. Up and down, and up and down. And last one, hold. Drop back and release. Switch to the other side. Starting first without the lift, just lifting up that back heel and back toe, front toe, back heel, front toe. And breathe and lift and up and down, and lift, and down. Next one, we'll add in the bigger, higher lift. So we open up and then lift. And then back and bow. Up and lift. Drop and bow. And up and lift. And drop and bow. And up and lift. Good. And pulling down some heavenly little spirals, surrounding ourselves with light and love. And breathe. And last one. And then settle that energy in our heart. And come to stillness. And one last deep breath. Let that energy settle wherever it needs to in the body. And take this good feeling into the rest of your day and have a lovely long